Well, my last morning here in the Myoko house. Beautiful morning to wake up to. In the routine now, up at 6 every day pretty much. Awake at 6 every day. You can't really sleep much past that because on a day like today when the sun's beaming out, comes in through here, and it just feels natural and it feels nice to wake up with the sun. I mean, this morning, because it's my last day, so I've kind of depleted all the stocks, and I really wanted just to have a nice coffee in the sun. I didn't have any milk, so my alarm ironically went off in the car when I was driving down to the convenience to get some milk, so that was 7. So yeah, your body naturally my body's just naturally you get in tune definitely get in tune with nature up here. So that's the thing I've enjoyed the most. I really feel in touch and part of the local surroundings here. Like the world, I keep banging on about it to friends and stuff, but the wildlife here is just second to none. Like right out the window here, at night there's a chorus of various animals making noises, and monkeys are about. I see the monkeys quite often just on the shed opposite on the roof there, because I think the roof gets warmer, so I've got to be out today. And then the kamoshika and the tanuki all over. Too many tanuki actually. Raccoon dogs. All over the place. And yeah, I mean, I saw some, not so much in the wilderness here, but I managed to see some white rabbits while I was snowboarding in the backcountry and stuff like that. And that was good. It took a while. I don't think I didn't see my first white rabbit till almost the end of February, I think. So I like coming across them, because you literally just sort of jump on them when you're on the snow. You don't realise you're on them, and suddenly they're in front of you and they run away, and I love chasing them, trying to just touch their tails. I've only done it once, actually touched the tail. Never want to catch one because God knows what would happen. But so yeah, there's all that. But anyway, I just wanted to check in and just sort of think what I'm feeling after the end of this short stay over here, or long stay, however you look at it. I feel pleased. I feel very confident and happy about myself and my ability to stay clean and stuff. It's weird. It's not even doesn't feel like an effort at all anymore. It's not an effort. I don't even think about it. Which I've always said this, sometimes that sort of worries me, like, I'm not paying enough attention. But it's not really an issue, I've just filled my days with plenty of other stuff, so there's lots to do. There's good life to live, really, isn't there? And yeah, I've really enjoyed my time here. I'm dead pleased I'm leaving though, because already, like, the snow's definitely gone now. It's not going to snow again. The last snowfall was Thursday, Friday, and that's definitely out here. So today is Wednesday of the following week, so yeah, it's really picked up. I mean, people have changed their winter tyres back to usual tyres and stuff. You can tell everybody's like, no, that's it. And from here on in, I mean, it would be so. That's the thing. It's been lovely living here, but it would be. Would it be dull? I don't. How boring would it be in the summer here? There's the mountain to hike, and there's other stuff to do, but I was thinking about it. At the end yesterday, I was talking to Ian. I was like, oh man, it'd be great to have a place up here, really. But then actually, when you actually look at the logistics of it, what do you do in your free time? Unless you've got good friends that are interested in the same sort of stuff as you, and you can go out on nice excursions and stuff on your days off. I know how boring it gets over here in the summer, and just how hot and peak summer it gets. So yeah, I mean, the almost 3 months I've spent here, been packed. I mean, in the winter it's just survival, which is great because instantly every day you've got something to do, which is basically get through the day. I love that daily challenge of, you know, I love, it sounds bizarre, but I do. I genuinely love getting up and going to the kitchen and it being like -15 inside, and like you touch the sponge and the sponge is solid and all the water's fucked, and I like that. I like that challenge. I mean, I've been able to do it because here, at least, I was very lucky with the pass. I got the all mountain pass. It had the onsen. I mean, that's been a lifesaver, really. Because without that onsen pass, it would have cost me a lot of money just to get fresh, you know, just to have a shower or something. Or I would have worked something else out, but around at the friends in Nakakura or something. But just having that onsen has really been a saviour, because I've spent, you know, every evening I've been there. And I'm able just to go there and warm up, basically. Have a nice hot spring for as long as I want. Usually have really interesting conversations as well with local people. You know, I've chatted to people from the village here, from far away, from, you know, from, where's the furthest on there? Hiroshima, Tokyo, and then, you know, Japanese people, and then people from, you know, many Aussies, Americans, a couple of French, a Swiss guy I remember speaking to. Yeah, you know, it's a good range of people in the winter because it attracts people. But instantly, you know, like the Suginahara, the hill in this village, ski hill in this village shut on Sunday, just gone, and suddenly, whew, it's dead here. You know, within a day. That's nice in itself as well, but yeah, you know, I remember ages ago watching some documentary about some deepest, darkest Alaska. This guy saying in an interview, he's like, "Yeah, man, sometimes people kill each other just for something to do up here." I don't quite get that feeling here, but I kind of see where he's coming from. Like, there's not much to do. I mean, if you're a farmer, you want to tend fields. I don't know. But my point is I'm kind of trying to justify it because it's such a nice place to be. I said I slept so well here. Really, my sleep has been second to none. Not just because of how quiet it is and peaceful, but also, you know, I've been busy every day. I've been physically busy, and you know, I worked quite a bit actually. I worked a lot more than I had originally planned, but that worked out good because it didn't snow as much as usual, so I wasn't shoveling the roof as much, which was kind of my deal with staying here. So I feel comfortable that I worked more, and you know, Ian feels like it's all worked out good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I feel really good. I feel like checking at Chy right now. I'm just saying I feel good, and shit words, not actually a strong emotional word, but I'm trying. I'll have a think, and I'll try and chuck something a bit more succinct out. Yeah, right. I took a good sort of 10 minutes there to try and think of something, and I feel as if I'd be isolated and bored here. And those are two very dangerous ingredients. That's where I feel. Yeah. In the winter, I know it's flat out busy, and like I was saying, every day is kind of, it's not survival, but it feels like it at least. You know, you can kind of play the survival game. And yeah, I'd be worried about being very bored here. You know, I mean, I'm absolutely dying to get back to Brighton, because straight away my social life kicks off again. Got such a good network of people and friends and support down there now. It's absolutely invaluable. I'm involved in lots of stuff. I mean, just every evening I'm busy. That's the great thing. Oh, that's a good point. It's one thing the few times I had a sort of, I worked quite a bit actually, in my old job, and you know, English conversation, and I noticed straight away that hours are just not good, really. Really screws with you. You know, I've been saying how happy I am with my quality of sleep here and stuff. And yeah, that would be something that would be chucked up a bit in the air, because you don't finish till 9. I mean, I didn't get back here till about 10:30 last night, because I went down to say goodbye to 2 very good friends and old students, and by the time I'd driven back up here, it was, we chatted for a long time after and stuff, but by the time I got back up here it was 10:30. But yeah, like I say, the winter's fine, but really, unless I had a project to get your teeth into, or some sort of focus and goal that just you do by yourself or something, then I don't think life up here would be much fun. Because even, I'd still income would still be down from the city, so you'd be driving a lot. And I lived at the lake, just 10 minutes that way, and done that for a while, and it was beautiful, but just the driving every day gets to you. Hour at the end of each day's work, plus at work driving all over the place, that gets to you, tires you out. But yeah, I think, how do I feel? I feel as if I've had a really good experience. I feel relaxed, I feel refreshed, I feel very happy I've done it. But unless there's, I feel happy because it sort of dusted a question off in my head, and definitely unless there's some real decent incentive and good reason to come back here, I'm not remotely interested. Come back just for the snowboarding in winter, and that's it. The rest of the year here, not much happens. The rest of the year would be dangerous, possibly. But no, if there was a project or something, that's what I have missed. Like the odd quiet night I have had when I've actually still been awake. I haven't just gone to bed and passed out. Like just all the social aspect of life back home. It's brilliant. So much going on. I get back Friday, and following, well, I'll get back into everything. Get back in the orchestra and other various writing groups and all that sort of stuff, and then Friday night going to a gig. I mean, just life is busy and fun for sure. Plenty of stuff to do. Whereas here, unless you create it, there's nothing to do. And that would be problematic. So I guess kind of one thing I should just sort of round off with is, why am I sort of thinking about all that in the first place? So I have no intention of moving back here, but I did live here for 7 years, so most of it was really, really good times. Very easy. That's the thing. Very easy times. I mean, and it was fantastic. Very easy. It's just so easy, and not amazing pay, but certainly but in terms of living costs, you can get by easily. You can save quite easily. But it's just what you do in the off months, basically, when there's no snowboarding. Unless I seriously get into mountain biking and get a good group of people. But even then, it just lacks that magic that the winter season has, because the snow, like a powder day, it's magic, and you can, on that day, you can't do anything else, you just got to focus on that. Whereas mountain biking lacks that, doesn't it? You can always, there's always, the trail will change, I suppose, but you can always do it. But yeah, what reason I was trying to sort of justify it, or just go through a few things in my head about why why not to live back here or whatever. It's just because it's something that's come up quite a bit, really. Here, there's lots of people buying properties over here. I mean, this place is a good example. Okay, so this place, I know, all told, cost to buy. This is ridiculous. To buy cost Sanju Man, so that's like 30,000 yen. plus a little bit of paperwork and bits and bobs here and there. So let's call it, just for sake of argument, let's call it Goji man. Let's call it 50,000 yen. Okay, and I'll do the convert. I'll put the conversion in pounds on the screen somewhere here. And it's not much money for a house. I mean, it's not even. I mean, we're talking what, a month and a half, 2 months' wages. Yeah, pretty damn cheap. And then on top of that, we were chatting about how, you know, just to keep it running, just so it's connected a year. Okay, so to keep it sort of ticking over, even if nobody lives in it, or if you just use it occasionally on the weekend, you know, so the electricity bill will go up a little bit. We were looking at, what did we say? Maybe between Sanju. Let's just say, sorry, not Sanju. Let's say Sandman, Goldman. So again, sort of, I don't know, 250, 400 pounds. Sorry, 250, 300 pounds. Just to sort of keep it ticking over for a year, and that includes all the land tax. There's lots of different land taxes, access tax, little bits and bobs that all add up. You know, you look at it initially and it seemed really, really cheap, but yeah, they do add up. But anyway, I've come over here because, yeah, I mean, from going running, like, this is kind of why I'm trying to be blabbling over there, trying to justify not coming back, because while I've been running, I know there's quite a few places. So this is the Myoko Suganahara, where I've been mainly, pretty much solely going snowboarding, and this house where I am right now, with the kettle, this house is just off the map, just off that photo. It's about there. Okay, so just near this junction, just there. And you know, all I do is I can either drive up to the car park and then you're there, or I just walk through the village and get this romance lift up and then you're there. But that's really slow. It's quicker to drive, actually, a lot quicker to drive. But my point was houses, isn't it? So the grand cost of this place is nothing, and the running cost nothing. You know, don't get me wrong, it's not luxury, but if you were to, you know, what's in my head is, if you were to get yourself in a position where the locals would let you buy a place, and get it, you know, like Ian's managed to do here, and then I would just live in one room, the little room I was in most of the winter, and just slowly do a room up over a course of a year or something. Because for the cost, I mean, the cost of actually purchase, it's ridiculous. As long as it's, you know, in decent condition, structure-wise, then you could just slowly potter around in each room, and over a year you'd probably end up with quite a nice building. But yeah, on my runs I've been going through the village, so this is sort of my running course at the minute was through the village there, yeah, and then up here, and then down back here, and then through down here to there, and then along, and then up to the waterfall. So going through here, like right, I think that house, yeah, that house there, that's derelict, and I think that's got to be for sale, or if it's not, there's nothing officially for sale in the village, but if you know people who know people who know people, then there's, I forget the word for it, but there's you know, families who are just keeping a house because they've inherited it, and like their granddad died or whatever years ago, and the family's moved away and live in a big city somewhere, and they don't know what to do with it. And that's what happened here, pretty much. The guy didn't die, but he just moved away to be with family. You know, he got old, basically, and the family had to look after him. And he moved out. And actually, if you know, if that situation happens to, like, let's say there's a family far away, I don't know, and the guy, you know, the old guy or old woman has died, and the house is just left to somebody, I don't know, let's say down in Tokyo or Osaka, wherever, Fukuoka, and the actual effort for them to come up and clear it out and try and sell it all is massive. So, you know, one thing that Ian done here is he just said, I'll just take it with whatever stuff's in it, you know, and we'll clear it out slowly. And that's why, another reason why it was so cheap, because then the family didn't have to do anything. They were like, right, we'll just take what valuables we want, what sentimental stuff there is, and then just leave all the junk here. And, you know, but when you hear a cost of a whole building, like this is a 2-story building, I mean, how many upstairs, what are we looking at? Let's just call the top rooms, let's call them all bedrooms. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 bedrooms, and then big, nice living space down here, kitchen, which don't get me wrong, it needs a lot of work, but the bare bones are there. And I know a toilet's being put in this summer, so sometime this summer, so that's great. Then you got that spare room, that little spare room at the back. I don't know what you could use that for, music room or something. But it just gives you an idea, you know. And there's a couple of places that I've spotted, you know, running in the village that are definitely not used. They're not, you know, they're just, I don't want to say derelict, but you know. Anyway, that's kind of what's just been floating in the back of my head really more. That, I don't know if even, you know, if the chance would ever come up that could be an option. You know, there was a place that I heard through the grapevine, there was a place that people wanted to get rid of. That you know, I mean, Ian's been waiting years for this, so, and then when it did land on his doorstep, it was so cheap. That's why I couldn't get over. So cheap, it just makes you think, you know. And the cost of living is cheap. But then, well, you know, what I started with, how dull it is in the off months here. It's a question of filling them, isn't it? It's enough rambling. Long enough. Right. So yeah, so that's my final check-in from the Myoko house. Next one will either be in transit probably, or back home in busy Brighton. Can't wait.